Hello horror freaks, Horror Man Mike here. Summer has always been my favorite season, and I'll notice a lot of the films that I happen to really enjoy take place in the summertime or use the season as a backdrop for the events that take place in the film. So stepping away from my usual sequels don't suck movie reviews just for a little bit, I want to highlight some of my favorite films that take place during my favorite time of the year. Today's film is a 90s road trip crime caper action-packed horror bloodbath. From the combined forces of Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, we have the film From Dusk Till Dawn. Admittedly, I don't love this movie as much in my 40s as I did in my 20s, but it is still a fun ride to go on every once in a while. Involves two criminals, Seth and Richard Gecko, who break out of a Texas prison. They rob a bank, kill a few people, and are on the run to Mexico. In order to cross the border, their plan is to smuggle themselves onto the RV of a family on vacation. The Gecko brothers happen to pick a lapsed faith pastor named Jacob and his two kids. En route to the rendezvous point, the two factions butt heads with each other, but eventually have to join forces when they are stranded at a biker bar populated by vampires. And that was a super fun sentence to say. First and foremost, I have to say the casting on this movie is really good. The two main characters in the movie are George Clooney and Harvey Keitel, and they have an interesting dynamic, which I'm going to circle back to in a minute. But the secondary cast is also pretty damn good. It includes Juliette Lewis, Quentin Tarantino, Cheech Marin playing 3 different roles, Danny Trejo, Salma Hayek, Fred Williamson, and Tom Savini. Even the band that plays at the bar, Tito and Tarantula, they are an actual band. So there's a lot of talent packed into this movie. The special effects were done by Robert Kurtzman and Greg Nicotero, and I'm sure having Tom Savini around helped a lot too. I watched this movie a lot when I got my hands on it, and honestly, it doesn't hold my attention as much now as it did when I was younger. But there's nothing wrong with the movie. It just feels to me like the adrenaline rush that I used to get in the action set pieces. Over the years, it's just been like smally diminishing returns on that adrenaline rush. Yeah, it just doesn't quite do it for me now as much as it used to. But what I did clock on this viewing in particular that I did not get in my previous viewings was how interesting the relationship between criminal Seth and family man Jacob really is. These two men are, in their own way, very stubborn and very forthright in laying down the fact that what I say goes. Neither of these men like to be questioned. Neither of these men like to repeat themselves. Seth is a man that will stick a gun in your face and lay down the rules. He's used to calling the shots and being the guy in charge.
You want to stay in El Rey, you give them 30% of your loot. It's scripture. So it is written, so shall it be done. Yeah, I know. Listen, you want sanctuary, you got to pay the price. The price is 30%.
All I'm saying, man.
This conversation's over. Rule number 1, no noise. No questions. If you make a noise, Mr. 44 makes a noise. If you ask a question, Mr. 44 answers it. Now, are you absolutely, positively clear about rule number 1?
Jacob is also a man who will lay down his boundaries and his rules with his words. You see this in the opening diner scene with his kids. He insists they will stop at a real motel, they will sleep on real beds. He is not going back home to be a preacher. He's a man that decides what is what, and once he makes a decision, his word, his decision is final.
Come, I will.
We can do a goddamn thing. You hear me? I'm running the show. I make the decisions.
He's running the show.
I'm running the show. I'm running the show. I make the plays. Back the plays I make.
I need your cover. Cover me.
So what the film is doing here is presenting a situation where an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
We're gonna go on a little ride.
Not a chance. If you're taking people, take me. But my kids aren't going anywhere with you.
Sorry, Pops, I need everybody.
My children are not going with you. And that's that.
That's not fucking that. This is fucking this.
And these two have to come to a compromise to survive each other, as well as the vampires attacking them. They come to not quite a peace agreement, but they come to just kind of a non-violence agreement. It's a tentative non-violence.
If he touches her, I'll kill him.
Fair enough. You break your word, I'll kill all of you.
And to Seth Gecko's credit, he's kind of fair for being a hair-trigger violent prick.
Let me say something. I'm very happy about where we're at. We got a real nice, I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me attitude going on. So if everybody just keeps playing it cool, and I'm talking to you too, Richie, and everybody's gonna get what they want.
So that's what I clocked most on this particular watching. Otherwise, From Dusk Till Dawn is a fun summertime romp. I don't love it as much as I used to, but you have great characters, an amazing cast, and you have a ton of fun vampire slaying action. Like, the initial outbreak in the bar is nuts. And when the survivors start to fight back, you have all of these little moments and vignettes of like characters having moments and scenes, and everybody has their like really cool moment to shine. So what are your thoughts on From Dusk Till Dawn? Please leave a comment below. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and stay notified for when I upload more content in the future. So far, the Summer of Horror series has mostly dealt with movies that are set in very hot, dry environments. Going forward, we're going to change that up a little bit. If you're looking to cool down from the summer heat a little bit, my next two entries are hitting the high seas. I will see you there. I am Horror Man Mike, and I'm signing off for the day. Hopefully I will see you in the very near future.